Anastacia, Blue Beyond Guide, coming in to you on the 19th of April 2021. Hello, hello. It's good to be back, and I say good to be back. This surprised me to get short notice that I will be coming on today. So let's get cracking straight into welcome and thank you. For those of you that are seeing this as it comes across your screen randomly, or if you're choosing to see this later on, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let me share that the reason I was guided to come on today is to give you a little brief summary about the current energies. We are in very complex energies at the moment. And I do have a heads up, and I do have ahead of time insight from January to April, what's been happening with our Ascension this year that is still occurring now. So things are changing, and I want to invite you, before I share with my storytelling time, because I've got something very interesting that happened today that I'm very excited to share with you. I'm excited to also follow up with, I've just shared about the Sisters in Service, Women's Veteran Network, Kat Corchado. I was guided to approach her about the abuse that I went through in the military, and then for years staying in that same environment when there was nowhere to speak up, nowhere to go to, and constantly be re-abused, re-yelled at, re-abused, re-abused, re-abused. And when you sign up and you can't get out and you sign up for life, you have to turn up, you have to show up, or you go to prison. You know, so that is what exacerbated what I will be sharing about voicing and speaking up, because it feels like we've got a bit of a step backwards with females being too afraid to voice and speak up. So anyway, so that'll be coming soon. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you soon. I was surprised that I actually even shared about that on my timeline. My timeline, I share lots of positive memes, and I'm now going to streamline that here and less on my timeline. Things are changing, Masters. So welcome, thank you, and let's take a breath. I cannot see if you've comments. I'm trying to trace your comments at the moment. It usually shows me the comments. I can't see. I can see 20 of you here. So it is what it is. I'm obviously not meant to see the comments. So I'll keep going with what I want to bring through to you. That my post-traumatic stress, remember, I'm a mirror of the divine for you to help yourself. So you showing up as I share in Grandmaster Energies as a trailblazer for humanity, and what I bring through and linking the spirit to the soul through our emotions, firstly, is to help you upgrade for yourself in who you are. You are to come home to yourself, understand, roll up your sleeves. It's time for some hard work, as in it's time to be very conscious, joyously, to self-monitor yourself, to feel your emotions for your ascension process. Not all are as brave as you are. Everyone is very brave. However, I'm saying about the below the iceberg. I'm talking about behind the scenes, the empathics, the Blu-rays, the indigos, the star seeds, who fucking ever. It doesn't matter. Let's remove those labels. They're labels for a reason, for energy vibration to explain things. So welcome to everyone, whether I know you or not, whether you've just met me, you know about the personal Anastacia, where I don't share a lot of the deeper spiritual information, to those that know me with my Grandmaster Ascension hat on. So it doesn't matter, all walks of life, people I've gone to school with. I ultimately am still me. And when I was guided to do this podcast, to speak up 30 years ago this year, so there's something releasing PTSD trauma. Feel right now you're in a clear bubble space, and what you can see in your bubble is like flecks of dust and dirt. So that's the vision. So feel now this being cleared for you to release up and out. The visual is very simple and easier. The further we grow, the simpler and easier it gets. I have hundreds of tools and methods to help you help yourself. Now, listen, this is about me at the moment. Because I'm ahead of time in what I bring through with the planet, it's taken me a long time to have one foot in the spirit and one in the human, balancing the both at the same time to bring this information. That's been my role. My personal role, each of our personal roles does not matter. You will grow into that. I get asked that question often. I've got something to do in the world and there's a mission, and I keep saying, please, you need to come home to you first and unconditionally love you completely. Okay, that's a big shift. Spirit said, time to move on. So we are in new ascension times. And I wrote something and it shifted. So I won't even look at that again. Things are. So let me tell you about, at the moment, I'll give you a brief update. There's a bubble of childhood shadow energies arising in the last few days, specifically. So if you say I went through it 2 weeks ago, whatever, no, I'm talking a new tier, a new layer, a new level. Every time I voice and bring something through and share it with you all, please know, if you don't know me and you're new, when I mention that, it's because this is a new one. If you've done it before, good for you. As you grow further, you will see what I bring through is ahead of time. Wait for the other shoe to drop, is my saying. Now, you ready? We are constantly changing personal timelines all the time now. We are functioning in multiple timelines at once. That's the vision. Take a moment, because I have not heard anyone say it in this way. Celia Fenn said she can feel a big timeline shift coming. I'm saying January the 1st was a big timeline shift. So she will bring through certain information from the divine. I will bring through each. There's many of us that are bringing through information for you to have access to, for you, for the amazing person that you are, to take what you need. And each time you join here, I want to say thank you for being you. You just need to be you, and you just need to show up. That's enough. Proof, proof, proof. You are the proof. So before I do my story time, we have over 50 people that want to come to the very first Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide 100 Masters Zoom. And I love that name. It's very indicative. 100 Masters, and we're Zooming. The space has been allocated up to, well, 99 actually. I'll make the 100 Masters to come into a private Zoom space. I will send the link and the passcode. This is my gift to have you in that space. I'll be sharing an email with those who email me that they feel the clarion call to join. This is huge. This is big. You don't need to go out into the world and do a conference with this. This is, as I've said before, I've needed to create my world stage. I was born to be on the world stage, and I've needed to create my own, and here it is right now. How exciting. Okay, my life's mission is to do this. So, because we are in unity, we are one, we are doing this together. So I'm providing that as a grandmaster. And as I hold that space for the 100, there'll be certain energy boundaries that need. Everyone has to come in on mute. You need to take a breath and do the water fountain. You can do reverse the water fountain of your energy and bring your energy back into yourself over and over through the day. Keep bringing it back in. We are constantly changing personal timelines all the time. When you make a new decision, you've shifted a timeline. You've shifted a timeline, okay? There are many timelines and shadow timelines, and you cannot put this in a book. This all these writings, all the videos, these are living books and living words that are not going out to be published because I'm raw and real in the moment with you here now. So when you get that, I got for years, I'd be doing books. This is an example of let the divine and spirit show you for what you think you want for yourself. I knew and felt I needed to be on the world stage. I felt it was outside of me. I knew it was my core passion to write books. I've written them and I share them with you. So it wasn't having it published and out. It wasn't going up on a stage and speaking. It was here doing this with I am with you. So be careful of your interpretation of what you feel, your passion and role and mission, what your pull is, to allow what is best. There are so many timelines changing. You cannot know and predict what you will be doing with what you feel strongly. So I know this will help you. I just know. Again, I can't see the comments and see what's been written, and that's happened for a purpose. So if you feel that pull to be in a space with other masters that resonate, email theoraclespeaks@bigpond.com altogether, and there are vacancies. If you meant to come, you will. That will be in 48 hours time, just under 48 hours time. Okay? I will give instructions in the email of what I really need you to do when you come in with your energies. And it will be like here, I will be sharing and bringing through a brand new protection method that is so valuable, that works, that I've been sharing with others personally, that instantly they go, I just felt that. I go, it's very, very powerful, that I will take you through live in the Zoom room together for you, to bring this in for you, for your personal grid. And there's a few facets to it that are very simple, because nobody else can heal you, help you, only through you when you allow, because it's like hypnotherapy. All hypnotherapy is self-hypnosis. It is the same. And I'm relieved because I can sit back and I can just share, and it does not take my energy away. Why? Because I'm in my own cave. I'll talk more about this in a couple of days' time. I'm in my own cave. I said last year I'd be going up the mountain in my cave and I'll still be communicating with you all. Well, here's the other shoe dropping, and this is how it's transpired, because I sat back and I allowed. Okay? So this morning I had to go and give blood. There's a few places. This is my storytelling time. Let me take a moment. I needed to share all that to clear the energies. I just want to say that so many of you are bravely feeling, speaking up, learning to speak up and voice with others, are really feeling the imprint of their parents' energies. I could write a whole post on that. And the imprint of one of our parents or both is very heavily on some of us. I very strongly have my mother's imprint. And that's why I was able to speak up and be, I was told, innately strong in the military to speak up. It's from the strength of my mother in coming to a new country and blazing a trail. I call her the original trailblazer. And even though I'm very empathic and I'm so vulnerable and soft, yet I'm so fierce and tough as well, it's hand in hand, the vulnerability and my strength, and the middle part, Buddha. And then it's my broken bits, my PTSD and trauma with my spirituality, and it's working with both. It's linking the both. So I'm just going to say briefly, there's so much to this at the moment. Your PTSD and your trauma is linked with your spirituality. Feel this, look into this in a new way for yourself. Now we're at 14:11. I need to keep moving. So I went in and I was fasting, and so I went to the blood. There was a few places I could go to just do regular blood tests, and I was very strongly guided to go to a certain place. And you know, when you get that guidance, you just go, you follow spirit, what spirit's guiding you. And you know, I'm working on my bio with beautiful Blu-ray sister Vicky, who's assisting me with that. I'm working on my biography of what to write and the things that I did, and to send it to Kat to then book in. I've always shared with you podcasts and anything I do with exchanges. I'm always up front, and I'm always sharing every video with you, everything I'm doing, to show you it's a fucking process. It's not from bipolar from one to the other. You don't go from there straight to there. You've got to earn. It's a 20-year Ascension apprenticeship. In the past, apprenticeships for spiritual stuff was 20 years in human years. Like, you know, give yourself time, give yourself some breathing space, and slow the fuck down. The beginning of the year, I was saying, slow down. 2021 is a year of slowing down. Cryon says, revelation, absolutely. I'm saying, slow down. Still slow down even more. So, okay, I had to slow the energy down. So the pitch is very balanced, masculine, feminine at the moment. So consciously hearing me say that, and if you can see my hand going up and down, you can feel this for yourself, because I hold a very high, highest vibration on the planet, lovingly, unconditionally, very humble in divine living service 24/7. Am I humble because I said I'm humble? I said I'm humble because people let me know I'm humble. Okay, so throat. I humbly own all my facets. And as I was working on the bio and my biography for this Sisters in Service podcast, it opens up afresh a lot of things that I'd forgotten. 30 years this year, my assault and my abuse, 30-year anniversary. And so when I went to give blood, because of the COVID, I didn't know that they only let one person in the room at the time, and they locked the door. And I was just, you know, hadn't had anything to eat. I was fasting, we'd worked on the bio, was in the car, and one man left, and this woman slammed the door and yelled in a military voice, "Just wait outside, I'll be a minute." And I could see she was in work mode and whatever. And it triggered, oh my gosh, yelling from the military, right, 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 right. It just, I was open. I was vulnerable in that moment. And I sat down, I actually could feel some tears coming. And I was observing myself and noticing. And I'm like, it's shocked me. So I just sat with it consciously, feeling the shock. See, the spiritual with the trauma, with the PTSD. That's from years of working on myself, right? But this is what you can do too. This is how we do it. I'm just showing you an end result of years and years, 26 years of working on myself. And so I sat with, because once we get shown that someone can do it, we can step up for ourselves. I find that beneficial. So I could feel my PTSD trauma, and I felt a shock from that. And I felt my spiritual side observing, feeling that at the same time and noticing. So when she called me in, I went in with two of me, you know, spirit and soul. I went in with two of me, masculine, feminine. I went in two of me, the old me and the new me. Okay, there's a lot going on at the moment. So I went in observing, and then I said to her, "Oh, you frightened me," you know, because I'm very open. And she went, "Oh, okay, sorry about that. Can you write your name? And I'm teaching this girl this, that, whatever." And I was still rattled. I was still rattled, and she was right, barking out the orders, barking, 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 barking. You know, I've been her before, by the way. So, and I'm still am like that with certain things. So I went around the corner, pulled the curtain. I saw the young girl, and she just grinned at me, and I looked at her and I went, what was that?" I said, "Oh my God," she frightened me. And she come around the curtain. I said, "Darling," I said, "you frightened me with the way that you said that." And I said, "I understand you've got a job to do." I said, "I understand." I said, "I just want you to know I have PTSD, and and I'm ex-military, and just the way that you said, next please." And she went, "Oh, well, sorry about that. I didn't mean it." And she kept going. And I said, "No." And I put my hand on hers. Yes, I did. And as I do, I'm a touchy feeling. I put my hand on her. I said, "No, listen." I said, "I need you to know." I said that if someone has post-traumatic stress, you may not realize. I said, "I can see you're a very strong woman. I can see that you're military." I call it military minded. She said, "I suppose it is." And I said, "I can see you're a strong, capable woman." I said, and she again said from the head, and she apologized, and I still wasn't getting through for the third time. I said, "Darling," I said, listen, I said, what happened was, I want you to know this. You need to know this. I said, I'm ex-military, and I just, whatever came at the time, in about 10 seconds to say briefly, I went through PTSD, abuse in the military. I'm about to do a podcast with someone from America. And she said, oh, so you're very open at the moment. I said, yes, I was. I said, it's unexpected. And then she felt me after the third time. This happens on a daily basis, by the way. Wherever I go, this happens. And you know this, those that do this too. When you come into your mastership in unconditional love, everywhere you go, when you live 24/7, you are walking Christ embodiment energy, healing people. Please understand that. Okay. So just reminding, I know you're very capable, and I don't talk down to you. I don't talk at you. I share my love and my passion because I am who I am. And when you come from that loving space, you can speak up and say whatever you want. That's a secret, okay? So she then shared about some abuse that she had. She was born in the 50s, and the young girl was listening. And she was new, by the way. She was a trainee. And she said, yes, I've just been given this young girl, and I was very much in organising this. And I said, I can see that. She said, you've given me something to think about. She said, I feel terrible now. I said, no, don't feel terrible. I said, it's okay. I said, I just wanted you to understand the effect. And then the whole energy shifted, and the young girl, I didn't know, I was her first patient. Really? So I said, yes, go for it. Anyway, she did it. She was pushing really hard. And I said, oh, she's pushing a bit hard. And she said, yes, she's new. And I went, oh, and I didn't know that new. And she said she's got a bit of anxiety. And the poor girl, when I said that, she started pulling back, and then blood just pouring out, pooling. And I said, okay, stop. Enough. And the lady stopped her, and I said, I'll come back another day. That's enough for me today. And we just lightened up. And I looked at the girl with tears in her eyes. I said, you keep going. I said, I tapped on the leg. I said, look at me, 30 years, and I still have that anxiety. And I said, you are a strong girl. She looked like very young. She's a woman. You're a strong girl. You keep going, and you persevere, and you keep going with this. I said, I put you off because I said you're pushing too hard. It really was okay. So it was beautiful. She just thanked me over and over. And the lady was asking me, what's the podcast going to be called? And this, that. The whole energy shifted for this lady and I and this girl together. It was very, very powerful that I came and told you this. You'll know what that's about for you and me sharing with you. Every moment, everywhere you go, you are shining your light, and that's how you're helping humanity, by being you. I keep saying, just be you. This is what I mean. Your world stage is where you are right now. Don't look outside of yourself about your role, your mission, and what you're meant to do. And I say this in love and not criticism, because I also looked outside for a long time, and then I turned the blinkers inwards and I focused on me. And I'm just being me here and showing up with you too. I want to lovingly share that story with you. I want to tell you about on the 21st of April at 9 a.m. AEST. If you put in 9 a.m. AEST 2 and whatever your time zone is, it will convert it for you for those souls, one soul that asked that had difficulty doing it. So anything further, deeper, will be by the Below the Iceberg email updates to the Oracle Speaks at bigpond.com by exchange. I've just finished a super masterclass yesterday, 6.1, and 6.2 will be coming up soon, the middle of May. Before then, we have, in 2 days' time, the very first Zoom, 100 Master Zoom by email. On the 3rd of May, we have another live event. The other one was the 5th of April, part 1. This is part 2. And then 2 weeks after that is a super master class of only up to 10 souls. There's already 3. There's 7 vacancies. All of this I will be sharing here. So, because of the changes of Facebook, I want to remind people that you can, if you have not already, to like, follow, share Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide, YouTube, Anastacia Blue Beyond Guide, because I don't let Zoom or Facebook or anybody control these energies. I've never had an issue in that way. So if Facebook drops off tomorrow, we still have access together. I let nothing control me in that way, because I come purely from the divine. Your link with yourself and your divine, firstly, is your lifeline. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing those in Zoom in a couple of days' time and sharing the podcast that I'll be doing in the next couple of weeks as well. Thank you for going through everything that you have with your health. Please nurture, look after yourself. The last place is the physical. It's all about your emotions, down into up. Love you. Thank you. Bless you. See you real soon, Masters. Take care of you.